Hello, welcome back to Inkbound. It's me, I'm back. I have played a pretty good amount more of this game since we last spoke. I streamed it, I think, the last 2 nights. I don't remember when I recorded this last, but I also played a little multiplayer with Cranberry. That video should be up by now as well. But I'm back. I'm here. We're gonna play a little bit more this evening. It's Saturday morning, well, afternoon, I guess. So I got like 2 more days. I'm gonna stream a good amount more of this, I expect, and probably play a little more of it on camera. I'm gonna see if we can get a 3-player going, perhaps. But yeah, it's been fun so far. The multiplayer is a little chaotic, especially when you get into 4-player, is my assessment. But we're just gonna do a few runs. Partially, I want to see how it feels to play a run solo and just commentate it. And partially I just want to play some more. So let's do it. I'm playing the Weaver today. This is the third character. I have played the other two now on camera, so I'm playing the last guy. I have not played this guy yet. So we're going to learn what he does together. You ready? I know vaguely what he does. He has a mechanic called Threaded. So when you inflict Threaded through these abilities, like Thread here, they are then threaded. If everyone is threaded, you get 3 ability power, which is 30% increased damage and +1 will per turn. Now, I wonder what this means. I wonder if you get like 3 ability power turn 1 and then the turn after that you get 6, or if it's just you have 3 ability power. You know what, reading it now, there's a period after ability power, so I bet it's +3 ability power, +1 will per turn. I see, I understand what this means now. But then you also have your other abilities that interact with Threaded, deal 35 damage to each threaded enemy, and 25 damage to a threaded enemy, deal additional 15 damage for each thread attached to you. Nearby threaded enemies also take damage and are pulled towards the target. Notice here, it tells you a total 25 damage. I hope they implement that across the board. But let's get to it, shall we? Grab our starting stuff. We got health there. I think sometimes those have potions at the beginning. And let's see. Visit the Carver, deal physical damage, or lose shield. We can do physical damage. I suppose it'll be fine. And we'll track that as our quest. See what our starting binding here is as well. Whenever you deal magic damage, gain a stack of dread. Deal damage equal to 10 times your stacks of dread. Max 50. That seems really good. We are going to do a lot of magic damage, so this seems like a great finisher for the Weaver. Now, I should mention as well, we are playing a ranked dive today instead of an unranked dive. So let me try to explain this, but I don't fully grasp it yet. Basically, if you play ranked, you get a player rank for winning your runs, and this has difficulty increases. So I don't know if I can show this off anywhere, but this is my second run on ranked, and I think this is effectively like an ascension system, is my impression of it. Is there anywhere that I can see it? Collection. Milestones. I don't think there's anywhere I can see it. But basically, at the start of the run, it told me that enemies are going to have 15% more HP, and the Blight is going to do more damage to me now. So it looks like there's already a basic ascension system in the game. On top of this, each of the zones we go to are going to add a mutator to our run, so permanently for the remainder of the run, we are going to have one of these mutators, and they stack up each time we go through a zone. So we got, at the end of every turn, enemies gain 1 stacking attack. At the end, each turn, lose 15 movement, effect removed after defeating an enemy, or when enemies die, other enemies get a shield for 15% of their max HP. I think that giving enemies attack is the best option here. Something also worth noting here, the Weaver does not appear to have a movement ability. I just realized. None of these abilities involve moving, so it seems like we're going to have to be a little more cautious with our positioning. I feel like the Moss Cloak has been the easiest of the 3 in terms of movement. We're going to go Quilling Cage, by the way. Because your dash resets a bunch and you just pop off. This character, I don't know, we're going to learn it together. It's going to be very fun. I'm excited. Let's grab... I think it is smart to run around and grab everything first, because sometimes they have potions in them. Pretty infrequently, but still it happens occasionally. Now let's get to it. So a few things I've learned since we last spoke. You remember I talked about how this little micro movement system is really annoying? If you cast an ability, the game will lock your movement like this. So it becomes easier to deal with the micro movement. I still don't particularly care for it, but it's a lot easier to deal with, which is fine. So we're gonna thread up the enemies here. I think that it's less of a problem than I originally thought it was, because originally I thought that this was going to be like a deal breaker sort of situation. But now I recognize I can just... Can I get this guy? Yeah, you see I can min-max a lot easier. I think it's still a little annoying, but it's okay. And we're just gonna run out here. So they're all threaded. I think they'll keep the thread. Like, I don't think that it'll go away. And so now I can do 45 to each threaded enemy with a 2-turn cooldown. Oh, that one doesn't have a micro movement to it, okay. And then deal 25 damage to a threaded enemy. So this will do 110 to one of them. And then what? So I pick, I assume. Okay, yeah. You target it. This character's pretty sweet. Does it have like does it have an AoE? Nearby threaded enemies also take damage and are pulled towards the target. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So what I would want to do with this character is, like, before I use those moves, I would hit one and move myself like this, and then I would use the other the other two moves. You see, like this. See if I can get to the orb. I cannot. We'll just grab it. But then, like, if I wanted to make a micro movement, I can't actually make a micro movement here anyway. Stitch. I can stitch for 71, or I can do 90 to each. I'll do 90. Oh, that's right. This has a cooldown. I have to get used to that still. I feel like I should just spam this, but I cannot. Okay, and now that more enemies have spawned, it's going to we now have to focus on rethreading. So my thought here is we shift over slightly with the micro move, and then we back up like this. Yeah. It does, I do feel like it's a little bit cheesy, but I'm coming around. How much is this going to do now? 110? So we can kill these two. The spider-like enemies drop the bombs, which we have to dodge. You can't kill them or anything like that, you just have to get out of the way of the bombs. And then, I really want to cast Jinx. How much does it do? 169? Ah, he lives, what? Oh, it's an AoE though. I think I will get killed. Or rather, I mean, we have to avoid damage. Ultimately, the end goal here is to not get hit. More than anything else. And as long as there's no enemies spawning, we're chilling here. We just end turn. That's my feeling. So we don't do a ton of damage right now. It feels like this character excels at dealing with big groups of enemies when you can thread everything. But since I can't thread everything, it's a little hard. But there we have it. Pretty fun. I think it's going to be a lot of setup and blow them away sort of gameplay. 1 second, I gotta respond to a Discord DM. You know what, I'll pause so I can type this out. I'll be right back. Alright. DM responded to. I am not a big believer in crit chance, personally, especially not for this character, so we're just going to stack ability power for sure. And let's see what we get today. I've had some pretty busted, pretty fun, out-of-control runs so far. And I've had a few runs that just felt very bad. Particularly, I had a run, I'll probably bring some stream highlights over as well. I had a run on stream where I just bonked everything, because I had an item which made it so that every enemy at the start of my turn got shock, which meant that, so when an enemy is shocked, every other enemy with shock takes the damage that they take from the first hit. So I had that, and then I had a big smash on Magma Miner, doing like thousands of damage. So I'd enter fights, hit smash, and the fight would immediately end, and it was very fun. I'll probably bring that run over, actually, for a highlight, because it was a good time. It was very funny. But I actually have a lot of hope, because if you remember, one of Cranberry's biggest complaints about this game is that build diversity feels a little bit rough. And I think that Monster Train's build diversity is very good. And as a result, I have high hopes for this game's build diversity. I have seen some people, especially in the comments of the first video I did for this game, saying that they don't like the live service. But the way my feeling about it, I want to say this somewhere on camera as well. My feeling about the live service aspect of this, if you're worried about live service, is that Monster Train was basically a live service game where they gave us like 2 years of free updates, and nobody complained about that. So I think it's kind of weird to start complaining that they are now, like they're trying to make money on cosmetics while updating the game for free. As long as they're not putting like pay-to-win stuff in, I really have no problem. And I think pay-to-win stuff in my definition would be something like, how much does this do? 84? I think I dropped the bomb right here. That seems correct. But yeah, my definition of pay-to-win stuff would be like the ability to continue runs, or something that just like start with a relic and you have to pay them for that. Things like that I think would not be good. But if it's just cosmetics in the battle pass, and they give, especially if they give us characters for free, yeah, I'm down, dude. I don't really care. I have a lot of faith in Shiny Shoe because Monster Train was and still is very good. Oh, that didn't kill? Or rather, oh, this costs 2. My fault. You got me here. But yeah, I believe in Shiny Shoe. I think that they're not gonna do anything suspicious. Let's go. I do physical damage through Constrict, so I could go physical power, but I'll go max HP here. I think that in games like this, and in games in general, I tend to avoid max HP, and eventually it becomes good. Deal 9 additional damage on hitting, like 3 stacks of Frostbite. I actually kind of want to go Verdant Seed here and just get the little heal at the end of every combat. I don't think it's great, but I don't want to spend a reroll, and I don't really care too much about those other options. But yeah, my summary about it, my feeling is if you're worried about this game being a live service and you don't want them like updating the game a bunch, I feel like you should also look back at Monster Train and ask yourself if you were upset about that game getting consistent updates. Maybe you were. I mean, it was very weird. I'm looking back on the balance history and I'm going, man, they really just pumped out balance patches for that first year. It was crazy. Like, there was a lot more than I remember. But overall, I feel like this game is fun, and I'm going to have a good time with it. My biggest concern, actually, about this game is that they're going to focus too much on multiplayer. I don't really care for multiplayer. It's a fun option to have, but I don't care that much about multiplayer being in this game. We're gonna micro move out of one of these attacks here. This is like what I think is kind of weird about micro moving. If you don't know about this mechanic, you would just get hit by this enemy. Or you wouldn't get hit necessarily, but you would end up in the possibility of getting hit by this enemy when you can move out for effectively free. I think it kind of takes away from the planning aspect a little bit to be able to just move around for free. I think I'd prefer this to be gone. Even though it's less annoying, even though it has become something that is like easier for me to deal with since I learned this tip. There we go. I think I'd prefer no micro movement. But it's interesting. I'd like to hear how you feel at home about micro movement. Damn, they're all dead. This character seems good. All the characters seem good, though, to be fair. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear how you guys feel about micro-moving. I think it kind of takes away from the planning a little bit. I want movement to be more deliberate. I want to have to commit to movement and have higher value out of movement skills as well. So, I'm not the hugest fan of it, but let's see what we get here. Reduced cooldown of Stitch by 1. When you have 3 or more stacks of Dread, inflict Hex. Further range, wider area. I like the idea of making my thread bigger and easier to apply. I'm interested in that. The Ascending a Binding costs me 400. However, something I've learned is that you can backtrack, so I'll just come back to this once I get my money. I also might get it here. $3.99. Hilarious. Spawn an orb once per turn. Anything that spawns orbs, basically anything that generates you energy is very strong, in my opinion. So I will be taking it. Even if it's just once per turn, because orbs are the lifeblood of this game. You're getting cooldown reduction, you're getting energy. It's going to let me cast more spells more efficiently. I think I will get money for this. This guy has the fucky hitbox where I got stuck because of him, and I got caught and died. I guess the first turn here, because I'm going to have to thread him anyway, I should micro move like this so that I can angle closer to these two to get them both together, I bet. Oh, I can't get them both together. How much do they have? 91, 91. How much does this do? 13? Because it's 10x, okay. So I'm going to have to spend 3 action points to thread everything. The way that this boss works, I'm pretty sure, is he just spawns enemies a bunch, and he doesn't actually do anything himself. That's my understanding. I'm not getting hit, right? If I'm not getting hit, I don't think there's a reason to pick this orb up. Yeah, I've been ensnared, which lowers my movement, but now there are more enemies to fight. And did it give me the +1 will? I think it did. So there's 3 orbs on my board here. We can do a little micro moving, like so. Now before I constrict, I should stitch the boss. Then I should constrict. I need to pick up the orb. Then I constrict to kill the 2 behind me. And then I think the boss is launching something. Now you can notice when I'm in range. You see how the orb glows? So we want to make sure we end close enough to the orb that I can pick it up and move out. Quest completed. I think the SP is what you use. It's like your currency to level up, more or less. And when you level up and you get the free cosmetics in the battle pass. Me personally, I've looked through the cosmetics. I'm not a cosmetics gamer, as you can probably guess. It doesn't bother me either way. I just made Goku. I'm happy with my guy. He looks pretty goofy. Yeah, look at what I can do with the micro moving here, though. It's like very important. Also, I broke the phase barrier. You see, he just changed phases. So his attack got canceled, and I assume, yeah, he spawned more guys. I hope that it's easier to learn what this stuff does. I think that is another problem that this game has in this beta, is that it's very hard to understand what's going on. To me, anyway. I've had a lot of trouble with it. Whenever I say something about this game, though, I feel like I have to follow it up with, and then just go in on how I actually am really having a good time and have a lot of hope for this game. But, like, just know... Oh, dude, I keep doing this to myself. I keep forgetting that this costs 2. I was like, oh yeah, we spend 1 to move. No. I'm gonna take a big hit for that. My bad. The Liar's Dice proc there, I'm pretty sure. Is what I just saw. Anyway. Just know that I am enjoying this game, even if I give it a little bit of criticism. Yeah, I got a hit there, I should not have. Burn damage. Oh, dude, it's just giving me physical power a bunch. I don't want that. Deal 110 damage to each threaded enemy, so a big base increase. Or deal 260 split evenly between all friendly unit or all threaded units. So I can either build. Oh, this costs 2? Hell no. Never mind. I was gonna say we could do this 1 of 2 ways. Hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that up to 2 cost. Plus 10 damage for each thread attached to you. Thread units before doing damage. Plus 35 damage to threaded enemies. I think I'm just gonna keep going down the line of area of effect damage, and then I'll let the Jinx do the nuke. Now this is physical damage, so if I'm building into this, I guess I can start taking physical. When you deal magic damage, gain a stack of Dread. Dread reduces the will cost of Vortex. Deal 195. So instead of it being stacking up to 50, it's now cost 9, can be paid for a lot easier. You only lose half stacks of Dread while casting? I like Dire Shot more. Those purple triangles, by the way, from what I've been told, they are dropped by the bosses, and there's currently no way in-game to see them. But that's the rerolls on the big upgrades are dropped by bosses. And the mistake I made doesn't kill me, because I can heal. Blue Spine Cod, that fish is rotating. Blink. I'm very into taking Blink on this character, just as a first impression, because he has no movement. Enemies heal 15% of their missing health each turn. When bosses are brought to half health, they gain a shield and remove all detrimental debuffs. It's interesting because I feel like some bosses already do that. Each turn moves 15 movement. This effect is removed after defeating an enemy. I have no problem with that debuff. It's weird that they have that, because some bosses definitely have like a phase change mechanic, like Lusk did there, the Blight Bag. He definitely did some sort of a phase change. And then some bosses you can just kill from full health. I'm not sure how you determine which is which. I think if they have the diamond, it's like a phase change, but sometimes they'll take damage through the phase change, so... I have been a little unsure on that front so far. Ugh, rhinos. I'm gonna try to focus down the pot here. Well, I should just thread everything, though, now that you mention it. These bats are probably my #1 most damage taken from. Their range is so huge. I'm gonna use... I was gonna use Blink, but why? There's no reason to, I can just walk. And then I would like to get to, like, here and pick up both orbs, and then I can micro move to the Rhino. He is gonna change his target to me. Oh no, I hit 2. Tragic. This is why I need an undo, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna continue, even if they don't put it in, I'm gonna continue to advocate for it. I take 8 here because I misclicked because my brain broke for a second. I'm never a huge fan of that as a mechanic. I feel like it should be... Yeah, I made a mistake there, but this is a strategy game. Obviously, that was not the correct choice. I just forgot that this ability doesn't have a targeting indicator to let me do my free movement. If you're wondering, I'm just stacking up Jinx here to nuke the pot. Stitch costs 2. Remember that Stitch costs 2. I've been working my way over to this orb. Stitch does 112. Not enough to kill anything. 192 will kill one of them, and it only costs 1. Can I move? How can I move here? So you get your free movement back and re-localized on the place you took the orb from. You see that? Because if you remember, I was like right here originally. I free moved over to here, picked up the orb, and now it's still my turn and I can move back, or I can keep walking. So we're gonna come up here and do a strangulate. I thought I might be able to free move out of this, but I cannot. Which does my Jinx do? 160? These guys, every 25% they drop something. I don't think it's worth it to take the damage here. I think I've gotten enough out of it. My thread will do 24. Oh, good thing I looked. That would have been a real shame. That would not have been great. I don't really want to spend Dire Shot though. I guess I'll just walk out of the way then. I'll kill him next turn. It's also kind of good to leave enemies up and threaded. I am getting a benefit for him being here. Yeah, so see, look at this, watch this. I can illustrate this better. Reset to my starting position. I'm starting here. You can see the arrows on the screen, right? I micro walk up, pick up the orb, and I can micro walk again. I'm still a little undecided. The micro walking is kind of neat, but I think it's just kind of annoying. I think it's just weird more than anything else. Like, I'd rather it be a deliberate choice to move. Pretty sure, but I could go either way about it. Micro walk, strangulate, he's dead. Micro walk. I'm gonna lob this here because I should kill both. Yeah, and then can I pick up the orb? I can pick up the orb, and I will win. There we go. Yeah, I really don't know. I will think about it a lot before I make a choice on how I feel. I know originally I was a big hater, but I think it's kind of interesting now that I understand how you use it. Also, I picked up so much max HP, Token of Regret -1, or -10 max HP +1 will. This is just gonna set me back to 40 HP. For +1 will. That's really good. I've gone to a few sea breaches, they're very hit or miss. Sometimes they ask you to give a bunch of HP for basically nothing. But we can go to it now. Oh, wow, what the hell, 2 potions? Flask of Inspiration gives a 1 cost discount to a random binding 3 times. Next hit inflict hex or shatter, hex and shattered. I'm not gonna bother. I can pay money for a potion, a key, or a question mark. I'll take the question mark. Ah, it's three consumables. Plated key, disintegration oil. Alright, I'm gonna start spamming consumables out because I have so many. I don't really feel like I need them. But here, let's hit the blue spine cod. And I'll take the disintegration oil and I'll go slam it in the next fight. So what this does is it inflicts hex and shattered on my next hit. Hex and shattered means they take 50% magic and physical damage. Shattered physical, hex magic. So it's just gonna let me blow an enemy away pretty much with my Stitch. Oh, this is just a hard fight. Thought this was the boss for a second. This is the cannon fight. I've seen this one before a few times. Damn, and they came in with phased? Brutal. Hold, I can micro walk up. Interesting that even if they dodge, they will still get the thread on them. Kinda cool. So I micro walk up, I go oil, hit them all. They now all have... Oh, okay, no. Only one of them gets it. That's a bit of a shame. I'm gonna grab the orb. The fish that I ate gives me +1 will when I pick up orbs, by the way. But now I have 3 threaded. Hit this guy. Wasn't that good. Oh, is it? Until end of turn. I thought it was the next hit they take the bonus. My bad. So I thought I was gonna put it on all of them with Strangulate. That's a bit of a shame. But I'll pick up the orb. I do have to... I guess I Strangulate again, kill one, and then just walk out. That feels correct. The phasing is really annoying. But sometimes they don't get the phasing back? Like, where's your phased? I guess he's phased, he's just not glowing. Yeah, he was phased, he's just not glowing there. Alright, that's fine. Hit this one for 88. My damage is pretty low because there's only 2 enemies. How much is this going to do? 48? Wow. I guess I haven't really done that much damage, though. This is what Strangulate is for. Let's see what the next spawns are. I could have min-maxed that a little bit better. Also, I believe the cloak enemy roots you, which is a little frightening to me. I haven't had to use Blink. I picked Blink for this, though. Here, let's walk over, thread this back, walk over, because every time, as long as I'm threading an enemy, I'm getting a benefit. Oh, there we go, we get the double. Let me hit the cannon. Now how much does my Stitch do? It does 136, and if I hit it on the Cloak Man, it'll get 2. Bring them together. Pick up the orb. I'm glad I ate that fish, actually. This fight's kind of hard. 211 to all. Kills a bunch. Oh, it dropped me an item. What was that? Oh, I finished my physical damage quest, that's why. 160 to an enemy. Let me get my micro walk going. I know he's gonna turn. I want to see if I can make it to the orb without spending. I cannot. Strangulate. Throw 1. 192? Yeah, that's enough. I could have probably left him alive, but... I don't know. I think it's pretty over. These bats are getting farmed by my Strangulate. I'm gonna be a little lazy here, because I'm pretty sure this fight's done. Ah, I should have done this first. Oh, it crit. No, he'll die eventually, trust me. He's not gonna die, I gotta end turn. There we go. This character's sick, by the way. I'm a huge fan. What do we get? Gain +1 will on kill. +1. Wow. So I'm up to 6 will per turn now. How about it? I do kinda... I don't want to build physical damage, man. I really want to build for this big Stitch cash out. But... I don't know, I really wonder how this character is meant to deal with single target fights. Like, how do you deal with a big single target enemy? I guess we'll find out. Inflict Hex with Thread. When you have 3 or more stacks of Dread, inflict Hex. Inflict 2 stacks of Burn. Burn feels really weak to me. Deals 10 damage per stack and removes a stack at the start of the turn. But it builds really slow, so I feel like it just doesn't catch up. Because like with poison, it does its damage and then cuts in half, but you know, the poison one-shots enemies pretty much because you build so many stacks of it. I have a key so we can open the treasure trove here. I still have not gotten a jade key, but we do have a plated key. Start of each turn, spawn an additional orb, 2 cost discount to the first binding, inflict 3 stacks of burn to the first enemy hit each turn. BP10. We are going to be unbelievably swimming in energy. My turns are going to go forever with how much energy I'm generating, which is good, but I do feel like this is going to start to look a little bit broken in my favor. I gotta run back real quick and grab my consumables I left on the ground here. Joel, by the way, if you're aware. If you're a knower, there he is. Gain 3 ability power in the next battle. I'm going to use this on the boss, and we're going to crush the boss. I do hope, one of my other hopes is that I can like free swing attacks while I'm running around, because I just want to spam something right now. I want to jump, I want to do something, but it's a me problem, I'm sure, and the runaround isn't that big of a deal. I just want to spam shit. You know, it is what it is. I have 6, and I have 3 on the ground, so I have 9 energy per turn, effectively. Okay, and they're all hexed. The hex is pretty good. I'd like, you know what I want? I want, like, Strangulate pulls enemies towards you. That would be really good. Also 2 dead already. I'm gonna build up some Jinx here. And then let's do a Stitch on this guy. Pick up 2 orbs. And then move slightly. Strangulate. Move slightly. This doesn't kill, does it? 25? It might be. Yeah, it does because of the hex, actually. 7 now on my will. Now I have 10 on this turn. I have never had so much energy in this game. I've never come close. This is like, it's staggering. And the orbs also give you the cooldown reduction too, don't forget. Oh, they're just dead. And when I kill an enemy, I get energy back, right? Oh my god. I'm about to go on a killing spree here. I'm gonna grab this guy. This is a different kind of broken than I've been before, though, because normally it's just like, I'm pretty strong, but it's like, I one-shot things. This is just, I have generated so much energy so quickly. Nothing even gets to go. Physical power, I mean, I guess if they're just gonna keep giving me physical power, I'll keep taking it to up my Strangulate damage. Sewed Stitch, crit chance, crit damage, hell no. Reduce the will cost of a random ability by 1 when you blink. I don't need this. When you have 8 or more stacks of dread, inflict stun. This is bad, I found, because stun only works, or it doesn't work on bosses, I'm pretty sure. Also, the enemies don't take their turn. I'm gonna reroll. Plus 35 damage to threaded enemies. I'm down. I think I've gotten that twice now. You don't spend some hard-earned coins. I like saving my money early on to ascend my bindings. Because the ascended bindings, if you're unaware, it's like the upgrade from the old version of this, which did the just base amount of damage, to the Strangulate, which does more damage to each enemy. It's like it's basically just giving your abilities a big upgrade. I guess I'm just gonna keep playing physical power. It's not what I wanted to do today, but you know what? It's fine. And boss time. I am going to hit the fish here. Normally, I like to save them, but I feel like I just have to save them for too long. Because I'm not gonna need it here, but it doesn't hurt me. Alright, let's get to work. Thread them up. Before I hit Strangulate, I want to hit Stitch so that there's 2 enemies in the Strangulate for me here. Keep a track of my energy. We're gonna move towards the bottom orb. Hit 2 times. Pick up the orb. Just make sure I'm in range of the other orb and then Strangulate. And then take a step back, throw another stitch, pick up the orb. Can I get out of his range here and still swing? I don't think I can, so I'm just gonna walk out. Not a bad first turn, but like I said, it's hard to see myself beating down the bosses super hard unless they spawn a bunch of things for me to thread. Also, his hitbox is crazy. Look at how big it is. 2, move. I should have hit him with this first. How much does my dire shot do right now? 316? I think I'm going to use Stitch. It really doesn't do that much though. And my kill plan here is to just build up the dire shot, really. Strangulate. And if I'm just building up the dire shot, I should stack these. Grab this. I think he's dead, right? 475, he takes 50% more. Do you think he's dead? I don't, actually maybe not. I don't think he's dead. I'm just gonna play it safe here. I think he dies next turn guaranteed, so we should just chill. Oh, he's got the delayed attack 1, so we gotta make sure we move out every time before we swing. Pretty sure it's fine to just... This is where I have to spend my movement, basically. Power orb, throw this. Oh, he lived! What the hell? There we go. It's too bad. The thing that's a shame here is that my thread doesn't interact with the strangulate, because I'd like the hex to work on the strangulate. Obviously it does 35 bonus, but, you know. Target a single threaded enemy. All other threaded units are pulled towards that unit, deal 50 damage, and an additional 50 damage for each thread attached. 143 to a threaded enemy. Nearby enemies take damage, become threaded, and are pulled towards the target. Definitely splice here. I don't really see the purpose of having Stitch, the thread cash out, apply thread. Like, I feel like they should already be threaded. What the hell, man? These upgrades have been terrible. Where's my magic power? Spawn an orb near your teleport destination, up to 2 per turn. So this just makes Blink free and give you cooldown reduction, right? Twice per turn? Is that not absurd to you? You blink, you pick up a free orb, and you get cooldown reduction? New fish? Prickly Puffer? Next battle, 50% chance to inflict Hex when hit, 50% chance to inflict Shatter when hit. I'm gonna keep my setup here, I'm pretty happy. When you kill an enemy, gain a stack of pacifism, lowering ability power, physical power, magic power by 1. The first turn of each encounter, reduce movement, crit chance, and ability power. When you pick up an orb, take 1 damage. Sounds very bad. Let's take the slow start. My philosophy with this is I can just set up a bunch of threads and walk away from enemies if I need to. Or I guess in this case, blink away from enemies if I need to. Uncommon Augment, Potion Cache. We're gonna go Superior Vault. I am a big Augment fan, but just give me more relics here. Give me more energy in my turn at this point. Me energy. Let's see what we got here. The walking boxes, I feel, have not interacted. They haven't really worked how I expect them to. I always feel kind of confused when I fight them. I have them all threaded up, though. I'm gonna try to inch towards this. So, target a single threaded unit. All other units that are threaded are gonna get pulled towards it. So if I do this, it should link them all together. Okay, kind of. That's cool. I'm gonna move up here and pick up my orb. I should have blinked to the orb. That was a little mistake. Okay, so we're gonna go Strangulate. Right, so I should, if I want to move, I should just blink, because it's gonna make me an orb, and it's just free. Yeah, it's actually just free. And it just gives me cooldown reduction for free. That seems pretty much like a no-brainer. 66 damage, really? Thread? Oh, this is through the pacifism, right? My damage output is significantly lower because of that pacifism. And I'm still crushing here. We're gonna work this guy. We're out. Now, I do believe... Yeah, so from what I understand, after having played this last night, I played multiplayer with people who have Weaver. I'm pretty sure the Weaver, when they move enemies like that, is bugged, because I'm obviously in this circle, but the targeting circle doesn't actually reflect where they're attacking after they get moved. Just a little something. I'm sure it'll be ironed out. It's not really a problem, of course, but just something of note there in case you're confused, because I was also confused initially. Power orb. I would like now I'm at full power. Oh, this is only Hex is only once per turn, right? I gotta work on killing the pot here. Strangulate him, and then I can blink over to this orb. I'm doing it this way because I'd like to save my dire shot cash out for the next wave of enemies. Also, treasure pot definitely is just spawning the first fight every run, or every zone, I should say. Here, we should blink to a better position. The blink, it looks like it can be upgraded to do damage because it targets the enemies for you. Bring them together. Yeah, you see how it moved there, but it probably didn't actually move. Not sure. I'm still learning it. Anyway, we strangulate. This should kill. Did not. It didn't kill the big guy anyway. He has a lot of HP. I just keep strangulating. Fire's threaded? He's threaded. He's threaded. Chill. Superior Vault. What do we got? Poison, poison. It's crit, crit. When you pick up an orb, stun the nearest enemy. Dude, I could have actually built a crazy stun setup with that, but when you kill a unit, create a small controlled explosion, or can create a controlled explosion in an area around them dealing 85 magic damage. This seems cool because I pull the enemies together. Potion Cache gives me Elemental Ale. End of turn, inflict 2 frostbite, 4 burn. I'm not too worried about the prickly puffer. I don't think it's that good anyway, so I'm just gonna eat it. But it's all physical power. I'm so sad. I wanted to build a big magic power, but it's giving me no magic power. Now let's go spend some quillings. I have 913. I want to stay above 400. Oh, why did I buy that? I just walked up and clicked it. I forgot it costs 100. I want to stay above 400 gold. Faded Mandala. Start a turn if you have 2 or less threads. Thread a random unit. This is cool because it gives 2 ability power. Movement bindings get a full cost discount at the start of each turn. You want to just make this like... Yeah, sure. 25 what, crit damage, I think? This ability is pretty wicked. Rogue Vault, give me the Quilling Cache. Because now I just generate a free orb, another free orb every turn. Because you know what I need on these turns? More energy. You know what I need? I need more orbs. I think that's correct. 2 of these guys are really far away, actually. Hold on. They are pretty far off. I guess I could just kill these 2. Oh wait, no, I can pull them in. Oh no, that's right, it only pulls threaded units. My fault. One of these guys in the distance is just gonna sit there and buff the enemies up a bunch. Every 2, yeah, he's giving them a shield and buffing them. That's alright. How much is this gonna do? 77? Right, don't forget we are dealing with pacifism here. And I still killed one of the pots. 2 per turn on the orb generation, so I could just blink for another free orb and end my turn even. Fucking 10 dog? Look at this thing. Is this a dog? I think this doesn't look like it has dog-like movements. This is definitely more of a lizard to me. This is like a pen salamander. He's not like the other lizards, you know? Or the other dogs, I guess I should say, because he's not a dog. Unless... It's actually just too many orbs. What do I do? Pull him in. How much is this gonna do? 246? I think the play is strangulate, orb, strangulate. Hit him with the hex. It's okay. Or the stitch. 1, orb, 1. Heals 50, 371. Yeah, he's dead. And then I guess with my extra action here, because I killed him, I get another orb. Final chapters. Glass cannon. Okay, that's not going to be good for you, brother. They are starting to put a lot more HP on these enemies. This is, remember, they're all upgraded as well from the ranked dive from when we've last seen them. Okay, I just grabbed the orb here, strangulate. I gotta drop the bomb eventually, right? I think I have to spend one to pick up an orb here. And we will. I just want to bring them in a little closer. Oh, he just died. There's more coming? Then more fodder, I suppose. And I will continue to win. It's a stagger. It really is just a staggering number of orbs. I don't know what to do with them all. I can really do whatever the hell I want on some of these turns. I have like 12 energy. Crystallarium, +5 magic power. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna toss the Verdant Seed. I don't need the max HP and healing. And +2 more magic power. Here we're talking now. I do have a key, so we can hit the treasure trove. Although, maybe I should have gone Binding Empowerment. I just instinctively go treasure trove when I have a key. Glass cannon, it was worth. +10 magic power, you take 100% increased damage. Also Thunderstruck Bell. I think it's not that good for this character though, because you gotta do a bunch of setup with the threading. Although, on turn 2, I wonder if it would just mirror the Strangulate. That would be pretty wicked. I gotta take Glass Cannon though. Glass Cannon over Liar's Dice, sounds good. Chance to get 5 ability power or just always 10 ability power. What do you like more? Let's go Rare Augment. Not too excited about the key because I don't think I will see another place to spend a key. I think this should be the end. I wouldn't mind a little act progress thing somewhere, like how many more fights do I have, something like that, so I can plan my consumables a little better. Although in the early game of this, when we're in the easier modes, I don't think consumable planning is that big of a deal. I'm gonna jump over to here. Remember now what I'm about to do then is through my debuff of pacifism. Take the orb. I think I just keep dropping the threads. We stack up our Jinx on this turn. And I'll Strangulate. Am I in damage? I am in damage. This is the bug here, you see it? This is where it's more of a problem, when you're unable to tell where you're supposed to be. But I'm gonna move over, and I will kill them on the next turn. We'll blink into the orbs and just run them over. You know what I think would be good for this game, actually? I just had a thought. I think they should add in, like, incentives to win the fights faster. Give me a bonus if I win faster in this fight, so that I don't stall. I could use that. It's not that big of a deal. I suppose it's also hard because enemies have to spawn in a bunch. Glass cannon, by the way. 70. I guess I'll spend 2 to Strangulate. What's his health at? 507. There we go. 702. Better. Don't forget to give yourself an orb. I haven't been using the blink as well as I could. At this point, you know, I have a staggering amount of energy, so I'm not really sweating it too much. I'm gonna nuke him here. Yeah. I'm generating... It's 2 orbs per turn. Plus the orb I generate from the threading. Plus the blink orbs, which are free. Here, real quick, I'm just gonna go like... How much is this? 8, but that was through me making really inaccurate movements also. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty strong. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. After casting your binding, reduce will cost of all magic abilities by 1. Oh. I don't need that. 15 damage for each thread attached to you. Sure. That's fine. I think it can be okay for the final boss, because he does have a lot of tentacles to deal with. You want to spend some quilling? Sure, I'm gonna go hunt for another glass cannon here. I'll go roll a little bit. Permanently gain ability power on kill. What a shame. I wish I could get this sooner. I always feel like I see this way too late in the run. This is boss and then final boss. Although this might still be worth it. That's the crazy thing. Depending on which boss it is. I don't know which boss it is, but this could give me even like 5 ability power is pretty good. Even 1 ability power is pretty good. And 5 physical power? Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna drop the controlled explosives for it. That seems right to me. Because this is final boss. Before final boss, pre-final boss. Oh, and this is the perfect enemy for Predator's Quintessence, because this is the one that spawns like 8 or 12 things for me to fight. So we drop our thread, blink over. I need to thread the boss as well, don't forget that he's there and real. We do strangulate. Can I thread them from anywhere? Oh, I can. Give me 2 more, strangulate. I assume I'm gaining ability power for this as well. Does it show me? I don't know if it tells me how much I have. Let's check now. Negative 31. That's from the... Wow, wait, this is damage I'm doing through the fucking pacifism. So what's my ability power? It's at 19 right now? Forget to blink. I think I forgot to blink last turn. 20. Okay, so I'm about to farm like 12 ability power in this fight. Soul Shield. Yeah, because it's 3 phases of this where he's going to spawn in new enemies to deal with. Normally very annoying. Really, it didn't put me on the other side? Alright, I walk over. Yep, that seems about right. And don't forget, when I kill enemies, I get ability power back. Or I get will back, rather. So I just get to keep running on this turn. Hold on. Can I chain through this entire fight here? I need to walk up and pick up an orb here, I think. Or 2. And then I link, and then I strangulate. And then I kill. Alright, that was fun. Just go on a fucking killing spree there. I like that. Deal 164 damage in a cone, inflict threaded. Passive attached thread grants +1 ability power. Tether 231 damage, inflict threaded. If you have 1 attached thread, gain +7 ability power. Each additional thread reduces this bonus by 1. I don't know how big the range is on this, but I do have the range increase, so let's try Loom. We'll see how bad it is. +3 magic power, I like it. Rare augment. I don't really need anything that reduces my will cost. I gotta be honest with you. I already have prepared blink. What is it? Give me -1? I'll take this kind of Stitch, I guess. They're all will cost reductions. Yeah, let's wrap this one up, shall we? We are weaving and through. We get 1 more fish. It's bright tuna. Grant 1 cost discount to a random binding each turn. Just what I need. I'm not even gonna bother looking at the binding draft. I'm not changing anything about this run. The Hex, this is the first ability that I've had, the Dire Shot, Jinx, whatever it's called. This is the first ability that I've had that felt really, really synergistic with what I was doing in my run. Don't forget to eat the brain tuna. Did I get it? I think I got it. I might have forgot. Where's my other orb, by the way? Oh wait, this cone is huge! What the hell? What? That's crazy! Alright. I'm gonna strangulate because I'm supposed to. I'm pretty sure the trick here, though, is this is gonna give me a ton of dread. Yeah, you see that? You see how much dread I just generated? Give me 1 orb. I'm not caring too much about the setup here. Wait, I did 1,000 damage there. Okay, how much does this do? Oh. Hang on, let me drink this elemental ale. I see. Let me get those two. Yeah, so I'm definitely hitting him when I do this. Oh, this fight's over. Okay. I'm not. I think this will just kill. Actually, well, let me hit it with a hex. Oh, not quite. Okay, we obliterated that boss. that was a little bit. That was not close. That's the least close I've ever seen that. This character seems absurd. You just set up your threads and then blow the enemies away. Also, both of my abilities felt really synergistic. I haven't felt that with the other characters yet, but Blink feels like this guy's movement ability. I feel like I'm supposed to have this, and Dire Shot feels like a great finisher. This feels like a perfect kit for this character. But that was fun. Can I get this? Does this have a stat screen or is it just going to draw me back? Yeah, okay. I want to show off the stat screen a little bit. When you finish a rank dive, you get rank up effects, and I think you just get banners on your profile for this. Not 100% sure, but when you kill villains, you also get rank ups towards cosmetics, and you get some emotes here. I got the here. I do not have point. What a shame. Alright, but yeah, that's that. This is fun. I'm having a good time. I have a lot of hope for this game. I hope they take it in the right direction for what I want, which is strong single-player tactic gameplay. But we'll see. Stay tuned. I'll record a few more episodes, I'm sure. But for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.